Never let them forget.
If you're an American and you're not outraged by the
I'm an American.
injustice done to Alex Pretty, the
I'm not outraged by what happened to Alex Pretty.
37-year-old nurse who got executed in cold blood by ICE federal agents in Minnesota recently, then this video just straight up isn't for you.
Oh, you misunderstand, dumbass winged lady, heterochromia having mofo. This video is exactly for me. I can't wait for this. You guys need to understand. Videos with woke retarded lefties over analyzing their ridiculous ideas of fascism is absolutely for me. And quick aside, can we fucking stop, like, over art vomiting on these VTube models? They're getting out of hand. All the multiple colors and multiple different eye colors and all the asymmetry. Why can't more people be like my girl Cinny? Why can't more people be like my girl Cinevere? Simplicity. There's far more beauty in simplicity. Yeah. I hate these over-designed, like, knockoff Tetsuya Nomura-ass looking VTubers.
Because what was done to that man and to Renee Good in just this month alone
Was based and hilarious.
is absolutely heinous and a huge overreach of authority. This doesn't even include all the other injustices the same federal agency has done since Trump began wielding them like his own personal army, terrorizing families of both law-abiding immigrants and U.S. citizens alike. This shit's crazy.
This shit's crazy. No, what's crazy is you think we live in a fascist government when an actual fascist government wouldn't allow you the access to the internet to have this opinion and would likely put you down like a dog for even holding this opinion. But do go on.
No, I get it. I'm a VTuber, so why am I getting political? People don't like watching VTubers who get political because
No, people love VTubers to get political if they've got the right politics. People love Nuxtaku. People love Rev Says Des. People love Kersha. People love Leaflet. People love my girl Cinevere. What we don't want is dumbasses like you who don't know anything about politics to have an opinion.
oh, well, I'm here for escapism. Well, guess what, bitch? I ain't a VTuber who LARPs 24/7. Hell, I don't even roleplay as my character and her lore convincingly most of the time. I use this as a medium, and I'm going to keep doing this because this is who I am, and I'm not an idol nor ever portrayed myself as one. So if you got a...
How many views does this have? I'm curious. 130,000 views on this dumb slut. Holy shit.
problem with me being me and being real here and there, reminding you that reality exists, then get the fuck out of my channel. You don't gotta announce it, by the way. I don't care. Now, for the rest of you.
These zoom-ins and cuts, like, this is so heavily edited. It's like, oh, it gives me more authority. I don't... Bro. You pretend to be an anime character. And like you even said yourself, not convincingly. I really can't wait to hear what you think about politics.
You who graciously stayed this far, you're already 10 times cooler. This isn't how...
Oh, she think I'm 10 times cooler. Girlie, I'm just here to radicalize my audience against people like you. I'm just here to radicalize my audience against people like you.
I wanted to start my first video of the new year, but, well, I'm genuinely worked up over the recent injustice and how some people have proceeded to talk about it, or the lack thereof. So let's get into the meat of this video, because as you may know...
That's true, yeah. It's not just me that's 10 times cooler. All y'all radicals in the chat right now, way cooler.
Western VTubing has a problem, a huge one. There's plenty of VTubers with large followings who spout out some of the most vitriolic stuff on the near daily. After all, the current political landscape of America didn't get this way overnight. It came about through months and years of building tidal wave of red-pilled takes and anti-woke, anti-DEI slop from people like Asmongold and Tectone.
23-minute video. Couldn't even make it 2 minutes without mentioning Asmongold. Like, you just listed a bunch of videos from other VTubers, didn't say their names, but you said Asmongold. Bro, these people got that Asmongold derangement syndrome, son.
And speaking of Tectone really quick, did y'all hear he lost his protective order case and was found to be guilty of SAing his ex-GF, and now he...
No. He was not found... Okay. He was not found to be guilty of SAing. He lost in a civil case. If it was a sexual assault case, it would be criminal, by the way. If it was an actual sexual assault case, it would be criminal. He's found liable in a civil case. Already wrong, but go on.
Can't own a gun for 10 years? Tectone had threatened me in one of my last videos nearly a year ago, and boy, does it feel so good to see him finally get known as the monster that he is. I stay winning. Anyway, in the VTuber side of things, we have Rev Says Desu, Nuxtaku, Kersha Verstol, just to name a few, and there are so many more. The thing all of these people have in common is that they all staunchly take stances against what they perceive as woke, a term that has been bastardized beyond belief to now mean anything remotely progressive or leftist, like...
By your own people! By your own people! The wokies bastardize it from the blacks!
Being non-binary or wanting realistic body types and realistic women in games, rather than constantly skinny perfect anime women with gooner appealing proportions. They also...
Did this creature just be like, throw a fit that people are asking for skinny anime looking characters while they're goonerfied while looking like this? Guys, we are in for so much goodness. Let's go.
tend to all be transphobic for whatever reason, saying that all...
We're transphobic because, for one, trans people aren't real, and for another, it's fun as shit and it's funny as hell.
Trans people are grooming children and are pedophiles despite having no evidence of the sort, and they cherry-pick situations to benefit their narrative rather than address the clear elephant in the room, Trump and the Epstein files.
3 minutes in, and Trump and the Epstein files. No mention of Bill Gates, no mention of Bill Clinton, no mention of, you know, all the other Jews or the Saudis, you know, Mossad, the Crown Prince, all that. Dude, yeah, this is every derangement syndrome in one creature. This is kind of beautiful. This is almost an art form.
The literal pedophile defending administration that runs this fucking country? Hello? Y'all just gonna overlook all the actual pedophiles in power because it doesn't fit your hateful rhetoric against less...
I'm pretty sure everyone she has listed is calling out all of the pedophiles.
than 1% of the population? Wild. But
Wait. So you admit it's 1% of the population. Then why is 99% of the media catering to them? If it's less than 1% of the population, shouldn't less than 1% of the media cater to them?
with the recent events that unfolded from ICE, the execution of Alex Pretty, I was personally furious at the events. Many VTubers and creators in general spoke out this past weekend going fuck ICE or abolish ICE. Even creators that typically remained apolitical or rarely, if ever, talk about politics.
Right. They're saying the approved talking point. Got it. Shocker. Oh no, they're doing what Robert Downey Jr. did in the run-up to the 2016 election. Saying the publicly approved talking point.
All had this stance. Even Charlie, moist critical himself, made a video about it saying that you...
Yeah? Charlie makes videos about this sort of shit all the time, and it's always lefty glaze. Why would this shock anyone?
You should be angry, which, if you're an American citizen, yeah, you should be. So much of the Constitution...
Not only am I not angry, I'm ecstatic. I may as well be a McDonald's commercial because I'm loving it.
Was stepped all over and disregarded, from our freedom of speech and peaceful protesting to our Second Amendment rights and the right to bear arms, especially in a state that has open carry laws with a permit, which Alex Pretty did. So much injustice was done, but what have these VTubers who...
Yeah, Charlie lost a debate against Sneeko. You have to be brain dead to lose a debate to Sneeko. I can't fucking stand Sneeko. And I'm like, yeah, Sneeko won that fucking debate. This ain't Burger King. You can't have it your way.
community and tarnished our reputation to the greater world have said about it. After all, Rev says Desu, Nuxtaku, and Kersha Verstol all openly love Donald Trump enough to bat for his shitty administration. Rev says Desu, after all, said this shortly after Donald Trump became president with, "We won." A reminder that you are not garbage, a bigot, a Nazi, or whatever these freaks threw at you. You love your country and want what's best for everyone. Be proud of that.
Based.
So, you love your country, huh, Rev? You love it so much that when the very administration you sucked up to decides to execute an innocent nurse who took care of sick veterans, whose dying words were, "Are you all right?" to a woman who got shoved by ICE agents who tried to intervene from her getting maced, when that man got shot multiple times in cold blood when he was already prone on the floor, how did Rev respond to such an atrocity?
I'll be real, guys. I'll be real. Since CNN fired Don Lemon, and there's a vacancy there, CNN better hire this broad. CNN needs to hire this broad because, A, it'd be the very first VTuber that's an actual news anchor, and we all know how much these lefty freaks love their first time ever accolades. She'd also bring in more ratings. She would bring in more ratings than Don Lemon.
Oh. To a VTuber who said simply, "Fuck ICE," when they were far from the only...
Wait.
To when that man got shot multiple times in cold blood when he was already prone on the floor, how did Rev respond to such an atrocity?
Yeah, he said LARPs is a 1950s VTuber, hates current federal agency that is more tame than any law enforcement agency the time period included in her LARP. Locke's replies all you want. I think you're fully aware of your hypocrisy. So, he didn't say anything inflammatory whatsoever. You know, the thing that cost him his sponsorship with Advanced GG, he didn't say anything controversial. These are factually accurate statements.
Oh. To a VTuber who said simply, "Fuck ICE," when they were far from the only VTuber who said this, by the way, he decided to quote retweet her and say, "LARPs as a 1950s VTuber, hates current federal agency that is more tame than any law enforcement agency of the time period included in her LARP. Lux replies all you want. I think you are all fully aware of your hypocrisy and baseless virtue signaling."
Correct.
It's amazing that Rev, in less than 24 hours from the tragedy, dares say ICE is more tame. Sure, lots of things happened in the 19...
Yeah, they are. Like, categorically, definitionally, more tame than what was going on in the 50s. I don't know how much y'all know about the 50s. It's a pretty tumultuous time.
1950s, but Rev's message comes across as pretty tone-deaf when everyone was upset, including many Republicans who were starting to realize that Trump has gone too far, especially...
What? Trump didn't murder the motherfucker. Dude showed up to a lawful operation being performed by ICE in paramilitary gear with a gun. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
Since Trump basically said the Second Amendment doesn't exist because you can't have guns. You can't walk in with guns. But also, if we're to use Rev's logic that Miss Lala is LARPing as a 1950s diner waitress, can we comment on Rev's hypocrisy for LARPing as a little girl despite being a grown-ass Christian man who has also harassed trans people and accused them of being groomers just because some trans people advocated for gender-affirming...
Yeah, which would be grooming, by the way. Which would be grooming. By definition, he's accusing them of what they're doing. When they say they are advocating for gender-affirming care for children, that's grooming.
Care for trans kids? If we're gonna falsely accuse people of being groomers just for telling kids, hey, gender-affirming care exists, then not gonna lie,
gender-affirming care doesn't exist, though. Gender-affirming care is a lie by Big Pharma, which we recently found out perpetuated by Epstein in the Epstein files. Interesting how she mentions the Epstein files earlier, but doesn't bring that up.
Deep an assumption makes me think people have every right to think all lolicons are pedos. Oh, you don't like that assumption? Then maybe you shouldn't jump to conclusions just because you don't like something. Any amount of research will tell you what gender-affirming care entails, and that is simply, it does not make kids get surgery.
Then explain the $2 million lawsuit won in New York from just a couple days ago about the underage surgery that was done. Like, in all reality, if no underage surgeries are being done, then why was somebody just awarded $2 million in the state of New York, nonetheless, for medical malpractice? And yes, you're correct, Person 11. Puberty blockers aren't any better, you dense whore.
Now, back to Rev. Rev makes a lot of assumptions about Miss Lala. Miss Lala has made this clear in her trailer that she does not have the 1950s values.
And don't be fooled by the aesthetics. This diner is all about vintage style, not vintage values. The diner is a home for everyone, and there will always be a stool at the counter waiting for you.
And Rev, assuming everyone from the 1950s was complacent in authoritative injustice, is clearly lacking a history book.
Yeah, exactly, Cryptic Manga. TLC had a show about a trans kid, so yeah, Jazz Jennings.
In the 1950s, the civil rights movement was beginning to make waves. There was Brown v. the Board of Education and Rosa Parks as just two of the major...
And Rosa Parks was a scam, by the way. Y'all want to know the truth about Rosa Parks? In case you guys don't know your history, I'll tell you the truth about Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was a staged event. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is a fact of history. Rosa Parks was a staged event. Originally, it was a young, I believe 17-year-old, basically young, out-of-wedlock, pregnant black girl who did the initial refusal to take a seat. Or the original to stand up from a seat, I should say. But because that optically wouldn't look so good for the movement, for the movement of equal rights, they decided to replace that woman's story with a staged event of a working class, non-pregnant, out-of-wedlock black woman who would have been more palatable to the conservative-minded individuals of both black and white America of the time. She may have even been younger, War Wizard. Wait, oh, you didn't know that, Gal Carrymon? You didn't know that? Yeah. Yeah, the Rosa Parks, refusal to take a stand, the refusal to stand up for the white man bus event was entirely staged based off of a real event that had happened weeks prior, but the girl that actually did it was not the right kind of messenger for either the black or white sides of the movement. Yes. That's feel free to look it up if you think I'm wrong. I can guarantee you right now I am not. I am 100% correct. Rosa Parks was staged.
Any incidents that happened in the 1950s, to assume that everyone who lived in that time period was a happy, raging racist is just shallow and narrow-minded. But I assume nothing from Rev, who decided to claim ICE is, quote, more tame, less than a day after they killed an innocent U.S. citizen who did no wrong. To this, Miss Lala did respond to Rev's tweet going, "If you want to have a conversation about my actions, then come to me and let's have a conversation."
Or I could just quote tweet you on X because you put your thoughts out there and this is the public square. You can't get upset as spaghetti when somebody disagrees with you publicly when you post your thoughts publicly, you dumb hoe. Like, I will say, Miss Lala is convincingly LARPing as a 1950s woman because she is just as dumb as shit as 1950s women.
My post wasn't directed towards you, and I don't know what I have personally done to you to warrant a targeted reaction about me to your community, to the point that I am receiving slurs from your community members. Ephesians 4:32, be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another as God in Christ forgave you. You're a man of faith, correct? You don't have to like my opinions, Rev, but you also don't have to antagonize your community against me.
Again, if you can't handle the heat on X, then stay the fuck off X.
Now, Miss Lala did get absolutely horrendous people in her quote retweets and comments.
Yeah, alright. The deportation will continue. What the fuck you gonna do about that? Alright, no slur there. Another one, and it's just the Rosa Buzz Lightyear, no slur there. What a vapid sophomoric virtue signal, no slurs there. You should be yelling at a SIG for allowing such a piece of trash to be allowed to be bought if it wasn't ICE's fault. Again, SIGs are known to have that problem. Yeah, your kind really want to fuck the ICE guy because Lefty's guy's only good for pegging, and it's not really satisfied. I'm not sure what that's trying to say. It's so horrendously written. None of these show slurs.
Comments, all calling her
goddamn bitch whore. All right, even those aren't slurs. They're mean words. They're not slurs. Nah, fuck liberals. Stay in your lane. People watch people like you to ignore it. Don't jet yourself into the shit you don't belong. Still entertainment, soapbox politics, retard alert. None of those slurs. None of those are slurs. And for anyone who's like, well, retard's not a slur either. Retard is a really fun fucking word, and this person is a retard.
Slurs and racist things because she is openly Puerto Rican. Mix that with a lot of people.
What? Because she's openly Puerto Rican? There was not one no one called her a spick. No one called her a wetback. Or is wetback for all Latinos or just Mexicans? I think it might actually just be Point is, there were no slurs there. There was anything direct about Puerto Rican. If you're going to lie, don't show proof in your own video that that disproves your lie.
People who clearly support ICE, it's a hot cocktail of volatility, and locking replies honestly makes sense for someone who doesn't want to deal with that nonsense.
No, it doesn't. If you're gonna say some shit, own up to what you said.
Rev responded with, your, quote, conversation was saying, quote, fuck ICE. Also funny that he censors fuck here when he clearly has no issue saying fuck normally. And now you're trying to weaponize my faith against me. Poorly. Romans 13:1-7. Let everyone be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except that which God has established. The authorities that exist have been established by God. Consequently, whoever rebels against the authority is rebelling against what God has instituted, and those who do so will bring judgment on themselves. You made
Gotcha, bitch.
a public post and people disagreed with you. You tell people to have a conversation, but you immediately lock your replies when faced with criticism. Pointing out hypocrisy isn't unkind. I'm not antagonizing my community against you. If you want to play that game, just look at the replies from your own supporters towards me. You made an obnoxious virtue signaling post with no depth whatsoever. You got backlash. If you don't like that, then maybe don't dive into these topics publicly.
Facts. Nothing Rev said here was wrong. And mind you, I got my gripes with Rev. I do got some gripes with Rev. I've got a lot of them are similar to the gripes I have of Chibi reviews. I'm not, big fan of how he structures his content. Sometimes I find the information is incorrect, hasn't been dug into too much. I got some gripes with Rev, but nothing he said here was off base at all. Straight shooting.
Rev definitely got backlash for this because, oh, well, look what the newly converted Christian man is doing. Cherry-picking Bible verses to hide behind to newly converted.
When a foreigner resides among you in your land, do not mistreat them. The foreigner residing amongst you must not be treated as your native born. Love them as yourself. You would your foreigners in Egypt. I am your Lord God. Yeah, except for they're not residing in the land. They are usurping the land. See, in Leviticus, what was being said here was people that are coming to be a part of the culture. Not people who are coming to destroy the culture. Deuteronomy. So then show love for those foreigners because you were once foreigners in Egypt, which just harkens back to the same point from Leviticus. Exodus. Do not oppress a foreigner. You yourselves know how it feels to be foreigners because you were foreigners in Egypt. We don't oppress foreigners that come here, properly and that actually become assimilated. There's no oppression whatsoever. If we oppressed foreigners, then there wouldn't be half of the just incredibly well-off, well-life leading, in times even full-on wealthy foreigners that have started new lives in America. Matthew 25:35. So they're jumping to New Testament now. For I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me. That again is not inherently have anything to do with being a foreigner.
Converted Christian man is doing. Cherry-picking Bible verses to hide behind to pretend he's a good.
All of those Bible verses were also just cherry-picked and were also interpreted wildly incorrectly. Rev was the only one that actually properly interpreted the Bible verse.
Good, wholesome, godly man. Absolutely pathetic. He's far from the only person who uses their religion as a shield from criticism, however. There's another VTuber who's recently joined the far-right grifting scene, though I don't think she's nearly as well known on YouTube. If you got this far and haven't started bitching and moaning in my comments and clicked off this video, you'll definitely want to see how crazy this.
Oh no, we're here for the long haul, baby. Don't worry. I ain't clicking off this video for shit. This is getting clipped into its own video because this is hilarious.
This one gets. There's a Christian VTuber by the name of Celestium who first got some notoriety all the way back in October 2024 when she posted a clip going, "Am I being homophobic here?"
If you gay, it's a sin.
That's what the Bible says. Because it's a sin doesn't mean that we're attacking you. I'd rather make you uncomfortable going to heaven than make you comfortable and send you to hell.
Facts. Facts. And by the way, there's nothing homophobic about that. Nothing homophobic by definition of what homophobia is.
Bitch, you going to hell anyways, you stupid.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not, because I believe in the God of the Bible. I rebuke your demons.
At some point, you gotta shut up, bro. This is fucking Roblox, bro.
No, it doesn't matter, because everybody needs the word of God.
You stupid bitch. You over here being homophobic for what you sound dumb.
The answer is yes. Yes, she is. And those
Nope. Let's just break out the definitions. Let's just break out the definitions real quick. Dislike of or prejudice against gay people. Nothing she said there was was being dislikeful or prejudice. They're talking about in the religious sense. Let's talk about homophobic definition. Feelings or actions showing prejudice, fear, hatred, or aversion towards lesbian, gay, bisexual, or queer homosexuality stemming from irrational fear, misunderstanding, or cultural or religious beliefs. Oh, they throw in the cultural or religious beliefs because that's their caveat. Because every single major religion in the world holds these same beliefs, so they have to throw that in there. That's fucking funny. That's not what homophobia is ever fucking meant. That's probably some new age ADL bullshit. Some super Jew bullshit.
Those kids on Roblox were right to call her out on her BS. And she got a lot of backlash on Twitter during this time, but also, as is Twitter norm, she got a lot of people calling her based and, "You're so brave for speaking up on your religion. F those Twitter freaks." So, yeah. Anyway, she's been on that grift ever since and has been staunchly outspoken against trans creators like Nyara.
Nyara is not a creator because, to quote Tolkien, evil cannot create.
Gendering these women by
Who's this I'm reacting to? An absolute insane woke lefty VTuber called Sephora Denoma. And it is hilarious. Hayden, you're gonna love this, homie.
deliberately calling trans women with he, him pronouns and says stuff like, "This person will never be a woman."
They won't.
In addition, shortly
By the way, they won't. That's just fact. That's just biologically accurate.
after Renee Good got murdered, Celestium had this to say. "That's it. I'm getting an ice-inspired outfit for my VTuber. I'm so tired of the horrendous takes from these leftist/liberal VTubers.
Based.
La Animigra coming to a stream near you. Let's bring it to life for real." She's Latino, by the way. She then begs to be funded on her throne with, "La Animigra needs your help. All tourists will be deported. JK, just the people illegally in America."
Based, I don't know who the Celestium broad is, but we might need to be doing some Celestium reactions in the chat going forward. I want to say, I would like to say, Sephora Denoma, I want to take this moment to publicly thank you. I would have not known who Celestium was, but now that I do, I'll be reacting to more of her content, and I can't wait to support her. Awesome work. Great job.
And during the recent Alex Pretty murder, she, of course, did not care. She saw Rev's quote retweet of Miss Lala's tweet and said, "She also openly supports or is part of the LGBT herself, if I recall. Miss Lala quoting scripture makes me wonder if she's truly of the faith or simply cherry-picking to save face. Genuinely disappointed that she's got an attitude towards law enforcement and using scripture when it suits her." Listen, Celestium, we get you hate gay people, but y'all really do like having a Christian icon in your name.
Patrick Rocks is with a two-banger. You see the comment I left on this video. Maybe I'll look at comments in a bit when the video is done. Thanks for the two-banger, homie.
Absolute bigots. This is an insult to those who are good practicing Christians who remember to love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right. Here's what people misunderstand, right? Here's what people don't understand. The Bible preaches kindness, not niceness. They're not the same. Being nice to somebody is not the same as being kind to somebody. Because telling somebody the truth is kind, even if the truth is not nice.
Because I just want to make it clear, I don't have any...
Celestium's link was dropped in the chat by the Mad Mod Nagernal. Make sure to subscribe it, but don't leave the stream to do so.
Against Christians who show true love and peace to all. I do have a problem with those that weaponize religion as a shield while they continue to be an openly hateful person. There's a huge difference. Now, when someone challenges her, she's really Christian, she says, "I don't see any love from these protesters who are being funded by criminal organizations and actively causing unrest in their towns."
Funded by criminal organizations. Yeah, because all them bricks left on the sides of sidewalks didn't just magically grow there overnight. Like, someone didn't just come and plant the brick bush seed overnight, and then you magically Jack and the Beanstalk it into reality. So she is correct.
I don't enjoy seeing the loss of life on either side, as I've said multiple times, but I also know God did not call for people to be this unruly in their, quote, protests. And then when the person calling them out says, and then they should be killed then, any kill ICE makes is one step closer to more public outrage. We are tired of it, and now more voices keep raising.
Maybe motherfuckers shouldn't be protesting against, like not protesting, protesting fine. Maybe people shouldn't take the step from protesting into rioting against ICE when everything they're doing is completely legal. You might not like that what they're doing is legal, but unfortunately it is. So yeah, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. The graph of FAFO, whatever you want to fucking call it. When I did my, back in the day, me and my buddy Aaron, and we started this debate style man on the ground YouTube channel. And we went to one of our first videos, we went to a feminist rally. Went to a feminist rally in the city I live in. It was being held at the town square, the whole nine. Big turnout, a lot of feminists out there was saying ridiculous, dumb shit. And we were walking around, you know, with a video camera, microphone, interviewing people. Gal was awesome. Obviously, she disagreed with us politically on everything under the fucking sun, but she was willing to answer questions. She was asking questions. She was engaging in what, at the very least, seemed like good faith debate. This is during the first Trump administration, by the way. And while we're interviewing her, while we're questioning her, some big back bitch walks in front of the fucking camera, looks at her and says, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" And the feminist gal is like, "No, I'm fine." And big bad bitch is like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna stand right over there, and if you need anything of these men are bothering you, just give you the signal." And she fucking walks off. And me and Aaron look at each other and look at the gal interviewing and was like, that was fucked up. And the girl was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know what that was about. I don't even know her." Like, that's what these people are, dude.
Sorry, but I'm
Catch
genuinely
you later,
starting
Hugo.
to believe your kind are using religion as a tool and are not in fact Christians. And Celestium responds, if someone has a weapon confirmed or uses their vehicle as a weapon, they pose a threat to the public. Only in those instances should law enforcement draw their weapons to protect those in the crowd if possible. As I said, I don't like the loss of life on either side, but if you bring a weapon of any sort to the scene, expect to possibly lose your life. Both
That is factually accurate. That's one of those unfortunate facts of life. You don't bring weapons to protests, guys. If you are a responsible gun owner, then you wouldn't have brought a gun to a place where a legal operation was being held. It's very easy. It's simple, mind you.
with major instances had people using some form of weapon/vehicle. The governor and Antifa should stop sending people out on these organized crime protests, and we could
Facts.
all move
I'm liking
on.
the Celestium broad.
So she is blaming Alex Pretty for having a holstered gun when he's allowed to do so in an open carry state such as Minnesota with a permit, which he...
You cannot obstruct law enforcement. You also cannot use a weapon to attack an officer. Bingo, bango, bongo. Correct. I live in an open carry state. I live in an open carry city. If I was to go to that feminist rally today, I would not be bringing my weapon. That could end badly.
had. Right. Also, not to mention all the other crazy conspiracy bullshit like protesters are paid actors from Antifa. Hey, just a heads up, if we're getting paid to protest, why don't you just go out and march on the streets and get paid for just walking around holding a sign?
Because, at least to our knowledge, the right doesn't fund these protests because people on the right, or even just the middle ground, have fucking jobs. We have jobs, so we don't get to go to these protests and whatnot. Also, we don't have anything to protest against. This is what we want. Why? What is there to protest against? This is what we want.
Easy money, right?
There's a time and place for everything, but this is not it. Professor Oak, probably.
Just do it. Prove it's real. Expose the system. Anyway.
What system would there be to expose that the people wouldn't pay a right-winger, especially a publicly known right-winger at this point, to go do, like, holy shit, she's retarded.
There's another alt-right parroting bigot who also believes your constitutional rights don't exist under Trump. Here we have Kersha Verstol. She has previously said white supremacist talking points and even has an open Nazi fan and interacts with openly Nazi creators. All of which
Hold on, who is
met
the
an
openly
open
Nazi creator?
fan and interacts with open.
Maddie J, more like Kershaw Knock. Wait, Maddie J. Is Maddie J and openly not? Who's Maddie J? I'm curious. Let's try it like this. Channels. I mean, maybe this? I doubt it's this. 7 months ago. Videos 3. Yeah, it's certainly not this one. Who's this openly Nazi Maddie J you're referring to? Oh, it's Synthetic Man? Yeah, I mean, okay. I mean, I don't really like Synthetic Man. I think that he's an actual grifter. Like, Synthetic Man is one of these people that I do believe is using, like, you know, quote-unquote anti-woke content or whatnot just to get money, just to get views. Like, I do think that he is an actual grifter. I don't know that he's a Nazi, but even if he is, oh no. Oh fucking no. You don't control your fucking audience. He's worse than JDA? That's wild.
Nazi creators.
Yeah, I agree.
All
He's
of
like
which
anti-pants.
I've mentioned before in a previous video. She also is very much pro-Trump, so much so that she literally had this art as her Twitter banner for a while, parodying when Trump supposedly almost got assassinated and got shot in the ear, which, by the way, is mysteriously healed now. Anyway.
Oh my god, she even believes that the ear thing was fake! She even believes that the ear shot was... These people don't... You can't be sitting here and talking about the open carry laws if you don't know anything about guns, if you think the ear shot was fake. Hayden Wayne for a 20-banger. This idiot. She couldn't give any examples of Kersha saying anything racist because she doesn't. She makes jokes. The bookcase she retweeted was a retweet of her plus from somebody on X who had a book with a forearm symbol. Dude, you can't look to these folk for logic, right? Especially women, right? Especially women. But gender aside, sex aside, gender aside, remember there's only two genders. Yeah, these people are retarded. It's kind of beautiful. I can't wait to clip this into its own video. Hopefully this creature watches it, and if so, I want them to get to this clip specifically for you, Hayden. This is for you, man.
Now excuse me while I harass someone for having pronouns in their bio.
Junebug coming in with a 5-banger, says, double class today. How's the stream? Oh, trust me, stream's going real good, Junebug. You in for a treat since you just showed up. Thanks for the 5-banger, homie.
Wait, I got curious what Miss Pro MAGA was up to during the Alex Pretty stuff, and...
Synthetic Man audience was going after Kersha on X and started going at her in chat to start a shit between them, so Kersha went into his chat just wants to clarify she wasn't saying anything. So wait. So they're not even friends. So this gal's just blatantly lying about them being friends? What the fuck?
No. Calling the officers there to arrest criminal illegals violent and untrained is part of the problem, Arsler. You are incensing people.
Oh my god, this thing said Arsler. This gal wouldn't even say retard. Got no problem saying fuck and all this stuff, but won't say... Remember, guys, these people are real. These people are real. Like, you wonder why there's been, like, this massive rise in, like, what you call alt-right personalities. Really, just people with common fucking sense that aren't alt-right in the slightest. It's because people like you unironically say Arsler. And I good goddamn guarantee you this bitch has said the N-word with a hot hard R behind closed doors. Because all these broads have. All these broads, every single one of them, have always said the N-word with the hard R behind closed doors. And they think none of they black friends are listening.
Who are radicalized and it will put their lives in danger. What's sickening is your and the other so-called leaders of Minnesota's behavior. I still genuinely never understand people going out and protesting getting rid of rapists, murderers, and violent felons who are here illegally. All the propaganda, all the lies, putting their own lives on the line by confronting officers.
Yes, you're correct, Demon Carol. This individual would absolutely call me far right, and that makes it even funnier. Here's my thought process. Because I had a y'all remember the spammer that was in chat yesterday, you know, saying that I wasn't right-wing enough, that I was faking being right-wing, that I'm actually a woke lefty. Well, you're right. I'm not faking being right-wing because I'm not right-wing. I'm not left-wing. I'm neither. I hate fucking both sides. I'm an anarchist. I want to burn it all to the ground. That's neither here nor there. Point is, yeah, if I'm getting called ultra-left and ultra-right, I know I'm doing my job fully correctly.
Officers directly, and for what? Gee, Kersha, I wonder why people are out there in the streets protesting their friends, neighbors, and family getting murdered and abducted. Who would ever do such a thing? Risking yourself for
Dude, I'm so much worse than the reincarnation of Stalin. Stalin wishes he was me, bro. Did Stalin have hair like this?
Another human being? What the fuck? She then says a few hours later, I am incredibly frustrated. I don't want to continue seeing senseless loss of life. These people LARPing as revolutionaries shouldn't be trying to fight with ICE/CBP, especially over criminals. Democrat politicians inciting their base are absolutely making things worse. Kersha, miss, you shouldn't be able to use your First and Second Amendment rights to do a peaceful protest and carry a gun but not draw it. Yikes.
Yes, obvious. Oh my god. Yes, correct. Because these protests are protesting lawful operations by officers. What's the first y'all? Who here's ever gotten pulled over while you got a gun on you? Because I know I have. If you get pulled over when you got a firearm, what's the first fucking thing you do? You tell the cop that you have a fucking gun on you. So yeah, you don't go to protests that are anti-cop with guns.
I'll really need to do this grift thing to work out with your ignorant audience, huh? And of course, she also backs up Rev because they all love to gang up and try to shit on the woke libs for clout points in the red-pilled echo chamber. Having a disagreement on
You do not get to use the term echo chamber when you are so deep in the echo chamber that it is deafening. And I imagine it's even worse considering your giant-ass ears. You have Omega for a two-banger. Wonder if she'll mention the house slur incident. Oh, you know she ain't gonna. You know she's not gonna mention that gal who called the black ice dude a house N-word.
It is not worth an uninvolved people trying to struggle session a sponsor into dropping a creator. If we play by the logic of Rev...
Kersha explicitly said you can bring a gun to a protest, but it greatly increases your chance of being shot. And yeah, legally you're allowed to. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't fucking do it. It's fucking stupid.
His community to say mean words in Lala's reply, which he didn't do. Then Lala sent her community to financially ruin Rev by threatening his sponsor also is in play, which I don't think she did. And the latter looks far worse. Attempting to throw weight in order to strike fear into companies to bend the knee to you is shit cunt behavior. Do not negotiate with these kinds of people. Support companies who stand by their creators, especially in the face of these kinds of tactics. I'll put Rev and Strabi stuff below. Now, all this Advanced GG stuff is still currently ongoing, but essentially Advanced GG is an energy drink company of which Rev says Desu and his wife Darling Strabi are very much one of their partners. Many have expressed frustration that Rev is allowed to be openly pro-ICE and still work with Advanced despite Advanced working within Minnesota, the very state where so much ICE-related atrocities are currently happening.
Atrocities, right. Yeah, atrocities. A lawful shooting of Renee Good, and then whatever you call what happened with Preddy. Because frankly, I'm not sure that investigation's still ongoing. Right. Demon Carol for a two-banger says, haha, Eric, I can say it in super... Oh, wait, fuck, haha, Eric, I can say it in supers. Nice.
This will be its own thing as it plays out, so for now, I'll just leave it at that. But recently, Advanced GG did say they, quote, do not support extremism or hate. We have zero tolerance for harassment, threats, doxing, or content that marginalizes any community. We are committed to inclusivity, respect, and maintaining a community where people feel safe and welcome. Anyone familiar with Rev's content and his audience? No, that's anything but safe and welcoming. As he...
Really? Nothing was... Last I checked... First of all, Rev doesn't really have an audience in the same sense that most people do, because he doesn't stream. So you just see what's on X and what's in the Twitter, in the YouTube comments. So it's not even like you can go into a fucking Rev stream and like get harassed or whatever. This is insane. Gal Carry Mom with a 2-banger just says, "Fuck." I'll be real. I've never had an issue with Rev's audience. I have criticized Rev many a time. I've never had an issue with his audience. Seems to me like some made up wackadoo bullshit.
He has personally harassed me while defending his friend Kersha for reading explicit porn on stream.
I highly doubt he harassed you. Look, hot fucking take. You can't get harassed on the internet. You can't. You can't get harassed. If you have the ability to turn off the phone or turn off the computer, turn off the TV, mute, block, whatever it may be. If you have the ability to do all that, then you cannot be harassed. Because harassment is a it's a two-way street. Well, really, it's a one-way street because you're not able to get the harassment to stop. So if you have avenues in which to stop the harassment, then it's not actual harassment. It's just people saying shit you don't like. War Wizard with the 2-banger saying "fuck too." Haha, yeah.
I already made a video on these two before, so go check it out if you're missing out.
Oh, I'm
Back
good.
to Kersha.
I'm good.
She is essentially saying, oh, you guys are trying to financially ruin a man, but he did sort of incite harassment on Lala in the first place.
Just saying shit you disagree with is harassment to these clowns, man. Again, this thing has it down to an art form. This thing has these lefty, liberal, cuck ideologies and talking points down to a fucking art form, bro.
No one told him he had to quote retweet and make fun of her with his bad, flimsy assumptions. And
Well, first of all, we didn't have that's again. It's public. It's public. It's so. Does this broad have an X? I bet it has a blue sky. To be fair, I bet this thing has a blue sky. But let's see if it has an X. Oh, it does. It does right here. All right, let's take a look here. I'm gonna wait. Need to make sure there's no NSFW stuff. All right, so let's look at the replies. Feet, no. Doxing himself live on stream. Bald. Chilling out today. Tips on how to be an apolitical VTuber. Don't joke about ICE. Don't joke about Trump. Don't comment on civil rights leaders. Don't joke about the Holocaust or Hitler. Don't talk constantly about being apolitical. Being entertainers at just time about it. If they do want to be purely apolitical, it really is just easy. It's just don't allude to anything political, not even being apolitical. Keep doing your thing. Oh, shut the fuck up, you hypocrite. Let's see. Oh my god, it says it's asexual. Of course it thinks it's a made-up thing like asexual. Well, I'll give this creature credit. It doesn't look like it, quote, retweets people. Maybe it'll be in posts and not replies. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing it, quote, retweeting any, like, right-wingers or whatever trying to talk shit. Oh. Hold on. Nicholas Light deleted all the posts if you had been called out for defending Tet Tone. Hey, why'd you feel the need to repost this? Oh, as X is the public square, of course. Present my documentation detailing Brody Fox's behavior towards employees, his shady business dealings, FTs, and most recently his scam. I haven't gotten the chance to read this yet, but I know Brody Fox recently became a crypto shill. All right. Hey, why are you calling somebody a crypto shill? You know, if you're not supposed to be engaging with people you disagree with on X. Let's see, are there any others? No one ever knows I'm Asian. Trust me, I don't care what you are. You're a cretin. Ghislaine was a Reddit supermod. Epstein was 4chan troll who likely started r/poll. You can't even make this up. So you're telling me the internet is as shit as it is right now because pedophiles, human traffickers, the current online alt-right shit. Wait, what are you talking about? Alt-right shit was fostered by... r/poll tried to ban this sort of stuff. They tried to not engage with it. That's why people moved to 8chan. This is history. Do people not know their online history? I believe in asexuality like I believe in Bigfoot. Sure, they might be out there, but the photos are blurry. Is there anything else? All right, let's go back to the video. This is boring. This moron's boring.
Anyway, everyone's currently losing faith in Advanced GG at the moment because of Rev, and many VTubers have already separated from gamer subs because of Kersha last year, because both of these people have advocated for hate with their communities. But if you're sitting there wondering, man, where can I get my energy drink supplements now? Well, how about checking out Rogue Energy? Feel free to use my code.
No, we're not. I'm not giving you the grace. Usually, I give the grace of letting sponsor ads right out, but I don't want this person making money. I don't think communists should be allowed to make money. It's against their ideology.
Their hydration flavors are honestly, and I'm not of these individuals. This is educational, and it's not hateful to point out intolerant people who want people like me dead or without rights. Back to the video, Kersha has...
I don't think you should have rights. Not for any reason other than you're a woman. I just want to make that clear.
Also made a parody post on the recent ICE post made by outraged American citizens by saying fuck ICE. With this playing,
I like these like strap things. A bunch of the agents have them. These I don't know what these straps are for, if they're like part of keeping the holster like stuck to their thigh or something. But all of these thigh straps really highlight the large bulges on the agents. Not to like objectify them or anything, but like it's kind of hot. Stop looting the feds. I will loot.
Yeah, of course it's of course it's okay for lefties to grift, Nagarnal. Of course it's okay for lefties to grift.
The feds. It is my right as an American citizen.
right. She wants to fuck ICE, as in get down and dirty with her totally visible bulges. All right. Anyway, as I'm sure you get by now, the Western VTuber community has been overrun by these bigoted, pro-fascist creators that have honestly polluted the audience.
Overrun? What are you talking? You listed 2 names so far. Now, I did the courtesy of also throwing in Leaflet and Nux. But you've listed 2 names so far, and then you've also said that a myriad of VTubers have left Advanced GG and left Gamer Subs because they didn't like the involvement with Kersha and Rev. So by that logic, it's actually overrun with leftists, and these right-wing VTubers are the minority.
Pool for VTuber watchers. Many outside of the VTuber space literally think of us all as grifter freaks who only show our physics for thirst clicks, and that's so far from the truth. But progressive voices like mine are also shunned within this very community.
Yeah, the VTuber scene is absolutely overrun by crazy lefties. 100%. There's no argument there. If we were to break down the ratio, it would be catastrophically left-leaning.
Overshadowed by the more prolific and easy to spread hatred and vitriol of those on the far right. There's many in the scene who are progressive like me in this space, but they are afraid to speak up in general because, well, voices like mine do get bullied into silence. I'm sure.
Then explain how you were able to make this video. Then explain how you were able to make this video if people get bullied into silence. Because just like harassment, bullying on the internet's not real. Bullying on the internet's not real. Hayden Wayne says, we need to shun the progressive VTubers more, I say as a VTuber fan. I've never met a bigger VTuber fan in my life than Hayden. Hayden is the biggest VTuber fan I've ever met. Hayden can give you obscure Japanese VTuber logic from like 2018 before Americans watched VTube shit. So yeah. Yeah, I'd say that you've got the high ground here, Hayden. Absolutely.
If you look in the comments section, you'll find many who will be combative, probably calling me the R slur and all sorts of vile things, and some might even try saying, you will never be a woman, despite me being cis-female. Overall, outspoken voices like mine get labeled as political, whereas anti-woke rhetoric gets labeled simply as drama. In reality, those anti-woke grifters are being political, but some of you are too dense.
Yes, yeah, no one's argued that we're not being political. Well, I say I'm not VTuber, but like the quote-unquote anti-woke folk we're obviously being political. That's the whole thing. I mean, that's true. That's true, Matt Sanford. Sis is a slur. Sis is a slur. So she just used a slur. But yeah, no. Of course we're being political. We don't fucking hide that. Now, we don't necessarily have to be political. If all this woke shit ended tomorrow, I would just make videos talking about how much I love Ocarina of Time. But unfortunately, that's not where we're at as a culture.
And narrow-minded to see the truth. Overall, this entire situation in the VTuber scene is tiring, but I will always remain a voice for my own beliefs, for the human rights of all, and I will never tolerate those that would never tolerate me or my friends. Never let these—
Junebug for a 5-banger says you can't get harassed if you're forgotten. This VTuber just need to go from who to a huh? Yeah, this is amazing. Like, I know that bringing up follower counts is cringe, but it's also fucking hilarious. 44,000 subs. Kersha, on the other hand, 120,000. 3 times larger. Rev says Des, 757,000. Leaflet, 168,000. Nux, 2 million. And by the way, he doesn't even talk politics on this channel. This is Nux Taku. Let's do Nuxanor, where he gets real heavy into it. Almost a milli. Almost a milli. Needless to say, I think that more people rock with them.
These creators forget the atrocious things they have supported, made fun of, and ridiculed during this tumultuous time. Whenever the pendulum swings back, I guarantee you—
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, I only just learned about Celestia. Let's find out Celestia. Did I not spell it right? Let's do Celestia VTuber. I don't think that's the right one. Oh, Celestium. My bad, Celestium. Alright, so Celestium is no way smaller. Celestium. Oh! Celestium's live right now. With only 28 watching. So here's what we'll do. Here's what we're gonna do, crew. If Celestium is still live when this video is finished, we're gonna rate her. If Celestium is still live, not when this video, when this stream is finished, I have one more thing I want to cover. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We'll end the stream after this video, because I gotta make myself some dinner and shit anyway. And I'll save the Minecraft stuff for Neon Leon tomorrow. How about that? Let's do that, and I'll leave it up to you guys in chat. I want you to let me know what you think. But we'll end the stream after this video, because I've been going for about 4 hours anyway. And we'll save the Minecraft stuff for tomorrow. Alright, cool. Looks like you guys are on board with it. Let's go ahead and drop Celestium a follow real quick on X. There we go. Perfect. I want you to know, Sephra, you made this possible. I want to extend a personal thank you. You made this possible. Because I've got over 60 people watching right now. So this would be, if everybody sticks with it, this would be a nice little chunk of a raid for her on YouTube.
guys will try their best to grift their way back, saying, guys, remember when I was woke? But I hope no one lets them forget that currently, in this present day, these creators have long promoted and been careless, heartless monsters who supported the abduction and execution of innocents, who ridiculed and mocked the atrocities done by the very administration they uplifted. Some of these creators hide behind religion to—
Bro, ChatGPT really put in the work for this script. I'll say that. ChatGPT put in the work for this script, son.
Pretend they are faultless and above all and can never be criticized, but never let them forget. And it's not just those that I have openly named today. There are so many more who have made content that promotes such vitriolic beliefs, even in subtle ways. But those subtleties can put you down the wrong pipeline if you aren't careful. Always stay educated, always know the facts, and ultimately stay true to your beliefs. But if your beliefs tell you that a person who's trans, who's queer, who's a different skin color, or a different gender than you has to lose their rights,
then those beliefs are based and you should keep it up.
don't belong in my community, and you never will. Because love for our fellow neighbor is not possible when it is built upon prejudices and discrimination.
Yeah, because your heart is so big that you mock Charlie Kirk's death. Get the fuck out of here. Facts, Nagernal. Facts. I wonder what would happen. Hold on. Let's do something real quick, crew. I'm gonna test something. Let's see if this creature made any comments about Charlie Kirk. Let's see if this creature made any comments about Charlie Kirk. Alright, so right here, we're gonna advanced Twitter search. Sorry, Twitter advanced search, whatever. Alright, Charlie Kirk. And then where's the account? Alright, from this account right here, let's search. Cyberweasel confirms she didn't watch my Rev Curse video, despite commenting over 100 times in the video. Explains a lot, actually. And I stream my nose are full of bigots. Time to block. Go away, Curse stands. You cringe. It's back in March. And it looks like may not have said anything. Fruits X. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Oh, wait. Oh, it's there. That's Kick, not Kirk. Alright, to be fair, doesn't seem like this monster has actually talked about Charlie Kirk. Doesn't seem like this monster has actually talked about Charlie Kirk. Fair enough. We were wrong on that one.
And oppression. Thank you for watching. Till next time, keep it vibing.
Alright, so there was that video. Here you go, chat. Drop it in the chat for you. Do what you will. This is going to be amazing. This is going to be hilarious. I cannot wait to clip this segment into a video. 130,000 views for this dribble. She could delete it. That's true. Could have been deleted. This bitch lied about Kersha. We don't take kind of lies. Kersha never sent anybody after her. She bribed our Oshi's name. Ooh. She's not a monster. Monsters are badass. Fair enough. Monsters are badass. Alrighty. So let's see. Alright, let me make sure that Celestia is live. Celestium is live, my bad. Alright, yep, I'm seeing that it is live. So we are going to do a raid right now. I'm going to do my outro. I'm going to give you guys my speeches, and we're going to do a raid. So let me set the raid up. Alright, raid. Bingo, bango, bongo. Raid is set. Alrighty, crew. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Videos every day. Stream tomorrow, Neon Leon. I'll be on the dualies in about an hour and a half. And, yeah, that's literally it. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Make sure you support. Watch today's video if you haven't. It's doing some dog shit numbers. It's awful. But we've been going up in subs, though. We've been going up. I've gotten at least 6 subs since the show started. So shout out. I'm going to cook some steak. I'll see you on the dualies later. Now, we normally do Vital Idol raid. Since Celestium, since this is an entirely new channel, Words of Paradise raid in the chat. Say my name. I want y'all to say my name. Words of Paradise raid in Celestium's chat. Say my name. Acknowledge me.